Hey, welcome back to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so you can easily choose the best watch for yourself in the comfort of your own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online, and if you'd like to know the price, simply click on the links in the description below. We greatly appreciate if you'd purchase your next watch from us at JazzTime.com. Today we'll be taking a look at what I consider to be the new vampire from Audemars Piguet, the Royal Oak Offshore line. This one, reference number 26470.SO.OO.A002CA.01. This one features a black dial with red trim for some of the accent coloring here, as you can see on the chronograph hand, some of the sub dials as well. You also have a ceramic bezel here, 42mm case on a rubber strap here. Pretty standard for a modern Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Offshore. But this one being the new vampire, let's cover some of the new things. I'll just go over all the features. How about that? So, starting off with the case, we also have the bezel, the dial, the crown functions, as well as the pushers and the strap. I'll cover all of these and more in this video. So starting off with this case, we have 42mm from finger to thumb. That's sort of like the measurement of the outermost portion of the bezel, basically from the 2 o'clock to 8 o'clock position, same as the 10 to 4 o'clock position. Very easy to read with those Arabic numerals as well. All right. You also have the full stainless steel construction with the exhibition case back, showing the movement on the inside. More on that in a moment. But also, taking a look here at the finishing, we have a nice satin brush finishing across the front of this case, running from top to bottom, same as the side of the case, top to bottom as well, satin brush finishing. But also, you have sort of like this intermediate bevel that has a sort of high polish finish to it, so that it basically gives a very nice sort of somewhat of a modular feeling, and the modularity really comes through, especially on the crown guard side with the pushers. You can see that all these pieces almost sort of fit as if they've been a separate, separate entities and then just placed there purposefully, but it's all one big chunk of steel, and it's very, very well finished here. Very, very good job from Audemars Piguet there. Sitting on the very front of this case, we have a black ceramic dial, also same satin brush finishing across the front with a nice high polish on that first bevel and going down to that thick rubber gasket. All right, and taking a look here at the dial, you also have a matching black mega tapisserie dial with the sub dials here, the 12 o'clock being a small seconds, the only one with a reflective hand here, the other two sub dials with red markers with red hands for them. 30 minutes at the 9 and 12 hours at the 6. And the overall color scheme here very much makes sense with the idea that it would be a vampire because, black and red. Black for, the vampire aesthetic, and red for the vampire aesthetic. Or in other words, sort of like that Hot Topic sort of look, dare I say. Or even, sort of like a goth girlfriend with large tracts of land, or in other words, incredibly thick, and that's basically what you get here. 14.6mm thick, quite a big boy on the wrist, and with that bezel, with that gigantic water sealing rubber gasket there, giving it 100 meters of water resistance. Quite a monster on the wrist because, well, that's what Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Offshores do. They're big on the wrist in terms of the wrist presence, and here a little bit subtle with the color scheme here, and with the black gigantic chunk on top of the steel, it sort of exudes a bit of subtlety there. It's sort of towing the line between subtlety and, well, not too obvious, but when it comes to the size, extremely obvious. Taking a look here at the dial again, we also have Arabic numerals for the hour marks, except the 12, 3, 6, and 9. Those have very, very tiny index markers, none at the 3. You only have the date aperture there at the 3 o'clock position, the Audemars Piguet logo directly to its left. Very, very full dial, gives it a very sporty look as well, with the tachymeter on the inner bezel there, so you can measure your units per hour based on how many or how far you go per minute. All right, so taking a look here at the functions here, we have the chronograph pushers. The top one starts at that center mounted chronograph hand. Nice and easy, 21,600 vibrations per hour. You'll get a 6 hertz beat rate for this, so it's precise within 1/6 of a second. Quite good there. And once you start it, it basically starts up that 30-minute dial and keeps it going. So if you saw before I started up that chronograph hand, you'll see that the 30-minute timer has actually advanced quite a bit, and it's continuing to advance very incrementally and continually in line with that center mounted chronograph hand. You also have the 12-hour dial, which will also increment up every time the sub dial at the 9 o'clock goes around twice. Makes sense. Press the top button to stop it once more, and press the bottom button to reset it, as well as the chronograph dials at the 6 and 9 o'clock positions. All right, rather simple there. When it comes to the crown functions, rather simple as well. Simply unwind the crown at the 3 o'clock position. If you had a dead stop, about 20 to 30 full winds will get you to the full power reserve. As you can see, you can continue to wind the watch even while the watch is running. Pretty standard features there. Pull the crown out to the next position, and you can actually quick set the date by rotating it clockwise. It's about a quarter turn in realistically a quarter turn, but it feels like a half turn, and that's due to the crown guards there, preventing your fingers from advancing too far, and also preventing damage to the ceramic makeup of the winding crown here. All right, so you can just do nice quarter turns up to whichever date works for you, or rather which date is actually inherently correct. Right, rather simple there. Pull the crown out to the final position. Note that the seconds hand does stop. It will also stop the chronograph hand as well, so you can then set the minute hand and the hour hand precisely wherever it needs to go based on the position of that small seconds hand. Or if you want to, you could just leave the chronograph hand running and base your time on that chronograph hand, so you have full control over the time in that respect. Once you have it nice and lined up, you can press the crown back in, start up that small seconds hand and the chronograph hand if you have it engaged. Then screw the crown back in tightly against the case to ensure the water resistance. All right, so what makes all of this work on the inside? I showed it a little bit earlier. It's the 3126/3840 movement, made partially in-house by Audemars Piguet. Some of the movement built on a Dubois de Pras movement. So basically you have a lot of the features for the timekeeping and the date setting, but the chronograph function is what Audemars Piguet sort of added on to this movement here. Again, the 3126/3840. It features 59 jewels, 365 total parts. Again, beats at a frequency of 3 Hertz or 21,600 vibrations per hour. Completely self-winding, as you can see, with the winding rotor center mounted there with the Audemars and the Piguet family crests on there, and also features a 50-hour power reserve. So basically you can set this down every other day or pick it up after 2 days, and no need to wind the watch. Just give it a nice little wind when you're nearing the 3rd day, just to make sure. And certainly you can wear it all day, and the unidirectional winding will wind the mainspring barrel, allowing you to then charge the watch up to that 50-hour power reserve. Nice and good there. And with the overall construction here, it's steel and ceramic, hard to scratch the ceramic, hard to break the steel. You can certainly wear this every day. And with the color scheme here, a little bit subtle, but when it comes to the size, not so subtle. I'll show you in a bit what it looks like on my wrist. But first, let's take a look at this rubber strap here, giving you that same sort of color aesthetic, black vulcanized rubber with a red sort of accent going along the outside here, and also going along the inside of these sizing holes, as you can see, red underneath entirely. You also have a matching steel buckle here, pin buckle, nothing too different, nothing too special to write home about. 2 minder loops, the first one being stationary, the second one can slide up and down depending on your sizing for your rubber strap here. And while I'm here, I can actually show you what it looks like on a wrist 7 inches in circumference. And let me show you here that I wouldn't go lower than 7 inches when it comes to the sizing for this watch, because I have it sized to the very first hole, the smallest setting, and it fits me perfectly. So at 42 millimeters, that's what they say. I put that in quotation marks because according to Audemars Piguet, it is 42 millimeters, and I tend to believe them, but it feels more like a 44 or 45 thanks to the crown guards and the chronograph pushers. Gives you a little bit extra space there and huge wrist presence. It's a thick boy. Again, 14.6 millimeters thick. Once you have it sink into your wrist, maybe closer to 13, 14 millimeters exactly. So it won't slide under a suit cuff all that easily. Looser suit cuffs, maybe, but jacket sleeve, definitely. And when it comes to the overall compositional look here, or the color scheme rather, I wouldn't really say so much that this would be necessarily a vampire, although if that were to be more closer to your preconscious or, you know, just general priming, then sure, you can call it the vampire. Although I do give this more of a racing look because of the chronograph features, sort of on the level of a Rolex Daytona when it comes to the chronograph, but certainly a step up, a huge step up, because this is Audemars Piguet you're looking for. Extremely crazy workmanship here, lots of tiny details, things that, you know, generally don't fit within a Rolex, and certainly with a bigger case size you get a lot more wrist presence and a lot more recognizability, because you get the hexagonal rounded bezel there with the or rather the octagonal bezel with the hexagonal screws in there. They're slots made so that it gives you that gestalt form of visual perception of closure, sort of creating their own circle there with the little slots perfectly rotated in such a manner. And taking a look at it down the wrist here, tiny bit of space under the lugs, but when you wear this nice and snug like I do, not all that much breathing room here, but this is a sporty watch. It's a rubber strap. You know what you're in for when you're getting something like this. It's not going to go anywhere, and with the rubber strap, it clings tight to your wrist, so you can do, you know, all your natural physical activities with this watch on, no problem. All right, and taking a look again here, very easy to read when it comes to the readability. The glow in the dark features here, the luminescent portions of the dial. Let me turn out the lights. You can actually see quite bright, actually, if my camera would like to focus. There we go, quite bright on the dial there. Again, the 3, 6, 9, and 12 hour marks kind of taken up by the sub-dials and the date aperture, but the rest of the hour is nice and easy to read. The Royal Oak hands, nice stick-like hands, makes it very easy to read. The positions of the hour and minute hands as well. You don't really need the seconds because, well, when someone asks you the time or you're looking at the time, you don't really refer to the seconds. You refer to the hour and the minutes. That's what matters to you. That's basically what matters to Audemars Piguet as well. All right, but enough of what I think. What do you guys think about this watch? Let us know what you think down in the comments below about this Royal Oak Offshore from Audemars Piguet, the reference number 26470SO, the full reference number I stated a little bit earlier. This one nicknamed the Vampire initially, but now I'm going to call the new Vampire because it's the newer sort of style with the ceramic bezel, steel casing, and rubber strap here. All right, let us know what you think down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell notification so you can be notified when we go live with another video like this one. And as always, if you'd like to purchase this watch, new or used, or even the discontinued ones, we can still get them at jazztime.com. Links in the description below where you can get them for the lowest possible price anywhere online. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video, and take care.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in jazz time, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.